Good morning everyone. Yesterday we learned the moment of inertia, its definition, formula, units, dimension of moment of inertia, then radius of gyration, its units and dimensions. There are few physical quantities having certain relation with rotational motion and linear motion. So the expression for that physical quantity we have to obtain. So first physical quantity is torque. So we have to obtain relation for torque. Expression for torque acting on rotating body. So there may be a question for 3 marks in your board examination. Obtain expression for torque acting on rotating body. So we know that the torque produces purely rotational motion and force produces purely translational motion. So analogous quantity in linear motion, analogous quantity in rotational motion we have seen in last lecture. So the relation between torque, moment of inertia and angular acceleration, similar to force equal to mass into acceleration, torque equal to I into alpha, that we have to obtain here. So here we have to consider a rigid body like this. It is rotating about the axis, passing through its center. It is rotating with certain angular acceleration. This body consists of number of particles different particles situated at different distances. Suppose here is an object of mass m1, particle of mass m2, particle of mass m3, m4, so on. They are situated at distances r1, r2, r3, r4. Forces acting on this particle in linear motion are, it is f1, it is f2, it is f3, and here is f4, so on. So we consider here a rigid body which consists of number of particles of masses m1, m2, m3, m4, so on. They are situated at distances small r1, r2, r3, r4 from axis of rotation. Here is axis of rotation, the point through O. The body is rotating with constant angular acceleration alpha. It consists of number of particles situated at different distances. The forces acting on these particles, individual forces are F1, F2, F3, F4 and so on. So we have to obtain expression for total torque acting on this body. Here we consider for first particle. For first particle of mass m1, the force acting on that particle is small f1 equal to m1 into a1, where a is linear acceleration. But we know what is the relation between linear acceleration and angular acceleration. But this a1 equal to small r1 into alpha. So this F1 can be written as force F1 acting on first particle. It is equal to M1 R1 alpha. So this is force acting on first particle. Similarly, we can write for second, third, fourth particle, so on. So this is force acting on first particle. Similarly, force acting on second particle will be m2, r2 alpha, so on. But we have to find torque acting on the rotating body. So torque acting on first body, acting on mass m1, जो पहिला पार्टिकल आहे त्याच्यावर ऍक्ट करणारा टॉर्क इज τ1 इज इक्वल टू F1 into R1, force into perpendicular distance. We know the relation between torque and force. So torque acting on first particle can be written as τ1 is equal to F1 is m1 R1 into R1, R1 square into alpha. So this is for first particle. For second particle, τ2 equal to m2 R2 square alpha. For third particle it is m3 R3 square alpha. So on. For the nth particle it can be written as mn Rn square alpha. So these are torque acting on individual particles of mass m1, m2, m3, m4. They are situated at R1, R2, R3, R4, so on. Now we have to find the total torque. So total torque acting on the body is τ is equal to sum of individual torque, τ1, τ2, τ3, so on. Add these three given equations. So torque equal to first it is m1 R1 square alpha plus m2 R2 square alpha plus m3 R3 square alpha plus so on. For n particles, here alpha is common part, take it outside the bracket. So we can write torque equal to m1 R1 square plus m2 R2 square m3 R3 square, so on. Outside the bracket is alpha. See here carefully. So this can be written as torque equal to, instead of this we can write directly summation of mi Ri square from I equal to 1 to n, and outside the bracket it is alpha. But what is this? But the summation of mi Ri square from I equal to 1 to n equal to capital I. By definition it is moment of inertia. So finally we can write this torque as, therefore torque equal to, instead of this, I into alpha. So this is expression for torque acting on the rotating body. So expression for torque acting on rotating body, we have to consider first the body, rigid body rotating about axis passing through point O. What do we have to write? The theoretical part that I am telling you, that body, rigid body is rotating up with constant angular acceleration about the axis passing through point O. The body consists of number of particles of masses m1, m2, m3, m4, so on. They are situated at distances r1, r2, r3, r4, so on. The forces acting on the particles are f1, f2, f3, f4, so on. So for first particle, f1 equal to, but a1 equal to r into alpha, so f1 becomes m1 r1 alpha. So torque acting on first particle is product of force and perpendicular distance. So torque first particle is given by m1 r1 square alpha. Similarly for second, third particle, actually we have to obtain total torque acting on the body. So total torque equal to sum of torque acting on individual particles. So it is m1 r1 square alpha and so on. Here alpha is common, take it outside the bracket. In bracket it is sum of mi Ri square, but by definition this is moment of inertia. So finally you can write torque equal to I into alpha. So this is the expression for moment of, that is relation between moment of inertia, angular acceleration and torque acting on the body. Similarly, we have to obtain the relation for kinetic energy and angular momentum of the rotating body.